if you've been wanting to learn how to create flower painting like this using buttercream and also palette knife, then this video is for you. There's easy step-by-step tutorial and also a flower template that you can use. Also, you'll be able to transform like a basic kind of like flat flower like this for something like this instead. And there's like a one huge tip difference between these two, and you're gonna learn how to avoid making a flat looking kind of, just like it doesn't really pop up the color, and then transform it to a more pop in color, beautiful texture of flower painting. Okay? Also, once you create your flower painting using the template as a guideline and basically showing you how you're going to create your flower, you'll be able to peel it off from parchment paper and then put it on the cake. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. Okay? And it's amazing. It's such an easy way to get started if you want to create a beautiful flower painting like this. Okay? I'm Maggie, Herron, and we're just going to do this. Let's get started. You can grab the flower template from the description, and once you print it out, I put it in the kind of paper protector so that it doesn't get dirty, and then I can just wipe it off easily. Instead of painting directly on cake, which you can totally do if you know what you're doing or you know how to create flowers already, sometimes it's nice to create a practice flowers, right? And it's really nice when you have a template like this where we can see the flowers shape, and then we can put our buttercream on top of this template using the parchment paper on top of the template. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna put it in the fridge to harden, and then we can peel it off and then transfer it on a cake later on. But this is why we're doing the flower template instead of painting it directly on a cake, which can be hard if you're not sure yet about the shape of the flowers that you're still trying to do. One important note about the buttercream to use is that make sure you don't use crusted buttercream like American buttercream. It's kind of get easily dried and crusted. It's just really hard to use as a painting. Check out the description for the recipe of very smooth, delicious, non-crusted buttercream that's perfect for painting that you can use. And also check out the video here if you want to see how you can make it. Okay, I decided to use pink and also green. And to create the pink color, you can use any kind of a gel color. I use a combination of pink and red because basically if you mix red and white, you're gonna have pink, right? So once you're happy with the color, then yeah, you're good to go. But as long as you are not using the liquid watercolor, not watercolor, liquid food coloring, that is just too light, like it's not as concentrated as gel coloring, make sure you want to use gel food coloring. For the green, I mixed the green food coloring and also a little bit of yellow to make it a little bit like leafy green color a little bit, and not so much of the forest green kind of color. And once you're happy with your color, then let's get started. Before we get started, I just want to, so we're going to create the flower with just these two colors, and I'm going to demonstrate to you the difference if you're just using one solid pink color and one solid green color compared to later on if we create a little bit of more variety of shades of pink and also a variety of shades of green, right? Which you saw a little bit in our introduction. That's basically the differences. Is if you're creating just one solid color of pink, it's gonna create a little bit of more flat looking flowers. But it's still useful to take a look because I'm gonna, like, you see how I'm scraping it left and right once I pick up my buttercream. It's easy, or it's still useful to see how we're gonna pick up our buttercream using our palette knife. Here I'm using a small diamond shaped palette knife, and I'm scraping it left and right like that to clean off any excess of the buttercream that's hanging off, so that you can create the shape based off your palette knife easily. The reason we're cleaning it off is because if you don't, then there will be excess buttercream hanging off of the palette knife, and the resulting petal that what you're creating is not going to be neat, cleaner look, and there will be kind of like mess here and there, which is not what you're want generally. So we always have a habit of cleaning off your palette knife so that you can create a clean, also, like a neat, cleaner look of a petal. Otherwise it's going to be a little bit messy, and then sometimes it's not creating the look of what you like. And once you have that, you saw that like how I press it gently on to your surface. In this case, we have a parchment paper. You can tape off the parchment paper on the template so that it's not moving around. That will be probably an easier way, which I do later on, because it's just a little bit harder because the parchment paper kept coming off as I'm pressing my buttercream on my parchment paper. This video is sped up, but each time you want to clean off your palette knife and then putting your palette knife onto the parchment paper gently. Again, every time it got messed up a little bit because my parchment paper is not secured on a table, so you want to do that. I think it's better, otherwise your parchment paper kind of kept coming off. And you can use your pink to create this beautiful flower. Of course, it can be better, as you see later on, to have the variation of pink, but you can also use the green for the leaf and then your pink for the flower. And you see there is like a little bit of blending when you're trying to put your pink on top of the green. And don't worry about that. That happens because your buttercream is slightly soft, and you're gonna see like how we can fix that a little bit later. And once you're done with your flower, there is one thing that you can improve, is that you can create a contrast. So contrast is always good with painting because that makes the painting pop. So for the center, you can create a strikingly different color. So for example, here you can choose like a very dark red and putting it on as a center. It compared to before without the center, it is better. Now we're gonna make it even infinitely better, right, with this like such a pop of color, such a beautiful one. So first, what you wanted to do is to create a palette color, like color palette. So instead of just one block of pink color, we're gonna create different shades of pink. So like, you know, kind of bright pink, like slightly medium one, and then a lighter pink. So if you want to enhance your color, you can add more gel color, and then if you want to lighten it, you can always add the white buttercream, right? So we will have like this 3 shades of beautiful pink. The same thing with your green is that instead of using like one solid green, that you want to have like 3 different shades of green. You have like a darker, medium, and also a lighter one. Pro tip is that you can add like your pink to your green if you want to create like a little bit of muted kind of green, which kind of create a really nice avocado almost like green. So that's one pro tip that you can do. When you notice that your buttercream is getting too soft, that it's sort of like to paint, like when you put indentation, it's just like doesn't make like a protruding texture, or just like your color get mixed with each other too much, then what you wanted to do is put your buttercream in, or frosting in the fridge to harden a little bit until it's not too soft, you know, like it gets still pliable. This is actually perfect because like if your room temperature is pretty warm, then you can still use it. Now you have this beautiful shades of colors. Let's get started with the flowers, these different shades of pink. And you can again clean off your palette knife before you're putting it on your parchment paper, and then gently put it on the parchment paper slowly, one by one. With each petal you have a variation of color. center of it, like making that contrast really looks really nice because of that variation of color. It's just really nice. So I'm putting it in the freezer. Remember, freezer, not fridge. I tried it to peel it off from the parchment paper from the fridge, and it doesn't really work. And in the meantime, while it's still in the fridge for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, then you can frost, put a little bit of soft buttercream on your cake, especially on the side of the cake, if you want to put it on the side of the cake, because it's a little bit harder, right, instead of like just putting it on top of the cake. Once your flour is already hardened and you could tell that you could peel it off and can be hard enough that it can be handled, then go ahead to peel it off slowly. You notice that this is what happened if it's from the fridge, is that it's not hard enough to be handled. So remember to always put it in the freezer and then peel it off slowly. Then you can put it on the side of the cake. You see there is no barely any left over of the peeled flour, and there you go. One note is that it won't really be curved, because like you have cake surface is like curved, right? And I tried to sort of like bend it a little bit, but it's still hard and it's kind of like broke off a little bit. But I think it's still really beautiful on the cake, just the way it is. It has that like very beautiful texture there on the cake. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Next time we're gonna try maybe different method to mimic the curve of the cake. To create other beautiful buttercream painting using a palette knife like this, go ahead, watch other videos, because it's also going to be easy, but it's also so beautiful.